last time. Ninjutsu user, thank you very much for the follow, by the way. Game of Thrones, yes, you win or you die. This map was designed by the Commander Skill Rework team. Oh my god. Lol. Okay, so this is Desta's game, and I think it was from a subscription from last week that we have to make sure we did that one. Alright, so let's get into what I love doing most, which is a replay analysis. And here we have Desta with Sky Luna, tier 8 destroyers in a tier 10 game with tier 10 carriers. Oh, this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. Smaland in Greece, Triarch, alright. Triarch, there are a couple ahead of you, but we'll get it covered. Andrea, Doria. You know, I saw that was submitted, and I thought to myself, that would be nice to take a look at that ship as well. So, cool. Tier 8 destroyer just means you have the best concealment. Lol. You need help, but no replay? Well, I don't know how much I can help you then, Duckman. By the way, thanks everybody for listening and being a part of our discussion. The fact that people didn't start screaming and throwing digital feces says something about all of you guys as a community. And I really do appreciate the fact that we can be open and honest about it and, you know, just talk.
Well, I ran out of store of mine, so I need to get that refilled.
Deadliest says, crap, I knew I forgot to do something.
I'm saving all my anger and hate for clan battles tonight.
Oh boy, here I go spamming Mogadors again.
Who's excited for the release of Austin for Steel? Sure. I don't mind seeing another ship out there.
Did they give it a price tag yet?
Nothing official. No. Yeah, they didn't put a price tag on it, but it's probably going to be in between Somers and Bourgogne.
And how much were those?
Somers is like 25,600 and Bourgogne is 30,000.
Okay. It's a cruiser, so you... Yeah.
And assuming inflation doesn't hit, I'm expecting somewhere between 28,000 to 30,000.
Okay. I apologize. I don't remember.
Or Plymouth, I guess.
What was Plymouth? Anyway, so I just paused it for a second. 27. Okay. I paused it for a second because I think I've identified just a quick mistake that you made here, which is you didn't smoke when you knew that the planes were coming. So I'm going to animate this so you can see. You saw them on the other side of the island, so I think you would have been better off hitting the smoke at that point and slowing down and then turning on your anti-air when you knew you were concealed and safe from the aircraft. So I'll continue playing it, but he's going to loop around now and go to drop on you. I'd like you to turn the anti-air on. Here you should be turning it back off again and then smoking so that he can't get a shot on you. But you're going to give him one anyway. And you can see you just took a decent chunking for that.
You have 6 smokes. Don't be afraid to use them.
And they're short duration too, which means that they come back relatively quick.
It's literally your best defense against the carrier.
The other good thing, there's one good thing I see you're doing really well here, which is you're keeping your bow or stern towards the rocket attack. The worst thing you can do is sit side onto him, so that's good.
Yep. That being said, he still took 3k more damage than he needed to.
Absolutely. Snow Mongoose, absolutely, if you can, join a clan. There's plenty out there that just have fun. You don't have to find a competitive one. Just do a search, find one, get in, do some clan battles. At the very least, you can get some extra steel if they've got the extra steel building. If you don't have access to that, then do your daily missions every single day. You will get 40 steel every single day doing your dailies. That's what I did at the start of the stream, so I don't have to do it later. And that doesn't seem like a lot, but it adds up over time. Plus,
you can even just merc. You can even go merc for a few clans doing clan battles.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, you can join if you've got a friend that's in a clan or something, or if you want to just try out a clan and they want to try you out, you can merc with them now. And yeah, that's a good way to get some steel.
In clan brawls, I actually just went into the public chat and say, "Hey, I want to do clan battles."
Mm-hmm.
Just for fun.
And yes, it's going to take you a long time at 40 steel a pop to accumulate enough to get a ship that's, say, 20 or 30. What? Did I miss something? How did you guys see that?
I'm assuming. You mean somehow one torp went behind and hit the Z23?
Yeah. Timestamp,
Oh.
just above 15, so about 15 minutes and 30 seconds. Okay. We're gonna reload this replay and fast forward to that point again. I want to see what the heck that was about.
I don't see a problem. This is boosting your teammates' firepower.
Mm-hmm. You've been in a clan for years, but don't know how to get into a battle, DB Vetter. You have to have I think it's a recruiter and above officer in your clan create a division, and then you join into that division. Being a merc sounds like a good chance to get wrecked by an actual full clan team. No. Believe it or not, I've seen plenty of merc teams beating full teams, and I'm definitely not speaking from my own experience playing clan battles last night. So
You should have deployed smoke a few seconds earlier. Smoke takes about 2 to 3 seconds to start working, so you should have deployed it respectively.
Yep. Desta, we saw the desync there. We saw a huge desync. We're gonna go and reload the replay again and try to see what's up with it after this one ends, because that just seemed really winky, really wonky.
Really winky?
I said winky. I wanted to try to say wonkadoo and wonky at the same. I don't know. I do that sometimes.
You're not saying wanky.
Just in time while we're discussing wanky, here's Askance.
Yeah! Hey Askance, congratulations for lighting the forums on fire.
Askance, thank you very much for the raid, my friend. I hope you're having a good day today. You had a good stream. Those of you that raided in, welcome aboard. This is Ass Replay Theater. We are covering a replay of Desta Waits in the Lightning. We just saw him go pink for reasons we cannot explain. So we are going to be reloading that replay after this is over. But we've been commenting a little bit about carrier interaction and smoke and mitigation, all that good stuff. And Askance, we actually talked about you earlier on stream during the Zath chat portion of our stream. We were talking about the forums, and I had mentioned about you coming in and saying, let's talk about things.
Rated my stream with 68 viewers.
From a carrier player's perspective, and it was a really good discussion.
Bonnie 6615 is now following.
DB Vetter, for the most part, yes, clans do face equal clans, for the most part. And
I mean, think about it. Your CV main talking about CVs on the forums, that's It's basically like throwing gasoline on a Tinder and then throwing it, and then just lighting it with a flamethrower.
Mm-hmm.
I love my Afghans. One of the only CB players I love.
And
Well, I mean,
Oscar,
it's only 2 CV mains left in the NA. Ashken's and White main.
hmm.
There's a third guy to be named later. I'm giving that out at least.
Okay. Oscar, I saw you said you have a replay for me. By all means, send it, please. I'd be happy to take a look at it. I can even do it right after this one if you want, my dude. And Bonnie6615, thank you very much for the follow, by the way.
Mercs generally just don't have as much communication, but that's about it. Their skills all over the area. So on your team, at least for the lower tiers, it's not a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Not even a detriment. In fact, sometimes the mercs you pick up are actually better than your own clanmates.
Most hilarious game in such a while. Now I'm excited. Yeah, we're talking a little bit about clan battles and just getting in and trying to get some steel and stuff too. Just watch the last minute of the replay. Oh, Snow Mongoose in the shade, just in chat right there. Now the Montanas continue to move forward, so I might have not done them all on the white line, but see what happens. Oh, that wasn't shade? Okay, you were just legit asking a question? Fair enough.
Smoke generator activated. Enemy battleship sunk. Smoke screen set.
Well, your conga line torps worked out. Part of the reason I was also talking about spreading out your torps a little bit more there is because the Montana was pretty low, so I mean, you only needed to hit him like with 1 or 2. Alright, Oskens, let's take a look. Of course, it's a carrier game. Fair enough.
Wait, it's a carrier game, really?
I know, I'm shocked. Shocked and appalled. Alright, so since you rated me, my dude, and you're an awesome person, I'm gonna go ahead and... Okay, fine, you can do... My god.
Let you finish the damn sentence
Ashkan's
either.
just subscribed.
Love it.
Oh my god,
I think
Askins.
Askins plays Destroyers every once in a full moon.
Well, thank you for the sub, dude. That's amazing. At tier 2, no less. Like, very classy move, my dude. Very much appreciated. Stevie is excited. He's back now. We're gonna do this one because I know that you rated me and stuff, and so that means you're here, and I want to make sure you get a chance to see it. So we'll go with tiers next, and then we'll continue moving along. Yeah, Oskins and I were having a fun time talking about the Z52 in ranked the other day. I like using it too. I just got frustrated recently with my teammates with it, unfortunately. Harley says
So, the typical ranked experience.
Yep. Harley's gotten her midway win rate to almost 80%. That's awesome.
You know, I was lucky enough a long time ago to play in clan battles with Askins. I never had a CV make me drool before.
Oh my god.
I almost wanted to play one.
Okay, so there's two meme-worthy things here. One is the fact that you weren't wearing protection. 2 is that you got killed by extra thick defender. I don't know which one's better. But there's our death pick. Let's take it. and we'll reload and take a look at that weird going pinkness that you had, and then we'll go from there. For those of you guys that were part of Oskance's raid, this is a part of the replay theater that is most cherished. The taking of the death pick. Which I can't wait for the upgraded graphics coming up with the next patch. Death picks, especially like something like that, it's going to be even better. Yeah, about 15:30 on the timer. Yep. Now you want daily detonations. Alright, since you're dead, we're gonna fast forward a bit because your buddy's dead too. Now, unfortunately, there's I think one big thing that should have happened in terms of the overall meta big picture story of the game that didn't, and that is sticking together. I almost feel like it would have been better for you guys to just ball up in one part and then work together to try to take out one flank and then come back to defend. Because it's standard battle. Do I dread the update? All my earlier death picks will be obsolete. Well, sure. I suppose there's a little bit of fear, much like the HMS Dreadnought release, but, you know, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I'm excited for what it's going to look like. And we're trying to rebuild the wiki editor team as well, so it's a fine time for me to get in and start getting those death picks posted on the wiki as well. WoW's replay would be nice if it was like X-Plane's replay, like a VCR. That would be cool. Okay, who just talked about the Dread... Coughlin! I didn't even notice the part about the Dreadnought, dude. That's how much you and I are in sync there. Found out my internal SATA card control was causing issue with WoW. I had to replay it daily using the motherboard controller now. Wow. So you're telling me you should submit death pick runs with naked ships. Well, what you do with your ship and choosing to clothe or unclothe is your decision. Alright, let's move on. We're getting about 16 minutes and then we saw the weirdness happen. Alright, that should be about good. It happened when you fired your torpedoes and hit smoke. So we're gonna go away from your ship here. And we're gonna watch what happens. So Sky Luna is in front of you, or well behind you, but you're firing in front of him. That's what you're looking at right now. Are you turning out? Okay. And now you're turning back because you don't want to torp your teammate. Your division mate at that. He's smoking for you. And now you're torpedoing. And you're going to fire to the left.
A disciplinary penalty was imposed on you for friendly fire.
What the hell is this? We need to see this again.
I don't see any problems with this.
What the hell is this? We need to see this again. All right, so I'm not wrong. It clearly was like something crazy happened there. All right, that replay is definitely going to go to the debugging department along with the clip that happened here, because this is just ridiculous. We're just gonna fast forward.
Out of curiosity, do you lock sectors when you're using torpedoes?
Smoke screen set.
And That's a good question. Destin, if you're here, do you lock sectors when you're using torpedoes?
No, it's definitely a torp. You do reduce damage if you're team killing.
Mm-hmm.
Control X. If you're looking somewhere, do you lock your guns or torps into position?
Right, because if you do that, then they stay pointed in a certain direction from your... He says not often. Okay.
Not often. Yeah, but I'm just wondering if you remember if you did that during that specific moment.
Because I would think that it would also show on the replay, too. Oh god, you were playing ranked? I mean, it makes sense, I suppose, as a carrier main, but also the fact that you run into tier 9s quite often. Midway is a very strong ship for that. What's up, Moto? Yeah, I would think it says so in the game client. I don't know if it shows up on replays. I would think it does, but I could be wrong. So there used to be a bug a long time ago where you would have a torpedo go opposite of where you were aiming, like a full 180-degree opposite. And I almost think that's what happened here. So I will send that replay in, and I'll send in the clip of what we saw happening. And thank you very much. Yes, Harley, it's Control X to lock your guns or torpedoes on a sector, and I think is it Shift X for a specific angle?
Don't remember that specific.
Experiment with it, Harley, and try it out. Just don't do Alt F4 and you'll be fine. But I think it's Control X and Shift X. Okay. And then you hit X to break that. You also hit X to break a target lock anyways. Alright, so anyway, in this particular replay, we see Oskin's doing what you expect him to do, scouting out the enemy first, trying to figure out who's going where. The Mogador has selected death early, so you're going to go and try to drop on him. Makes sense.
It looks like he's using HVARs.
Just going to comment on that. It's interesting, because some people I've seen prefer the Tiny Tims, but I also understand HVARs are really better for anti-destroyer work, right?
Definitely. And of course, it's Mogador speed running, so Alshans can farm it no problem.
Mm-hmm. You can't lock a certain position on an enemy ship. You can only lock a certain part of the map, like a certain area or an angle from you. Moto, how many replays do I have? I have 67. So there goes the Mogador. Surprise. If this was on stream, Oskans, I'm sure you were talking to your group about how that makes you feel. I would probably head towards C, but it looks like, okay, you're dropping a plane there just to keep some spots on the center as you move over to C.
This is when it becomes more dicey, because the rest of the team went to A, B, so they're a blob. And then you can pick on C.
Dropping in the middle there. Now this destroyer is reversing. It's clearly the Hayate, because the Haragumo is spotted over by Alpha.
I think I recognize this ranked player, not for a good reason.
Now that hitting the M key was probably to reposition the carrier. Yep, Hayate is showing up now. And disappeared again. Interesting. You've given up on this side. You're heading more towards the other side now, so you can do some torpedoes against battleships, maybe the Thunder or the Petro. My guess is you want to hit the Petro more than the Thunderer. Hayate dies.
Yeah. I would have actually just kept on the Hayate and not recalled the bombers, but whatever.
Yep, he saw the planes coming, and maybe he thought that the Hayate was going to die pretty quickly anyway. Yes, you are coming in on the Petro. I thought so. The Petro's the bigger threat, obviously. Although the Thunder is pretty far up.
It seems odd that you pre-drop right in the middle of the AA though.
Yeah,
It seems like you were just not very decisive on who to go for.
possibility. The Petro has dodged your torpedoes. He went full speed. And the Haragumo is very low, and he's dead. Kita gets the kill. I gotta say this. Your team's done a nice job of just taking the map, because the enemy team has done a wonderful job of giving you the map. I mean, wow. This is where it gets tricky. Well, yeah, because the whole enemy team is balled up. So, like, you can drop
You don't
ships.
mind.
Well, that's true, but you can drop ships, but you're just gonna lose a lot of planes to do it now.
I would have sent the CB over to the seaside.
I would have sent him like right here. As soon as you knew where the majority of the enemy was, I would have put him right here on the back of this island. Looks like you're starting to move the carrier now. But then again, I'm very aggressive with my carrier positioning, as Askens can comment on, because he saw me in a ranked game like that. Okay, you're gonna go for the minnow? That's an interesting... Nope, you just effed off. Okay. I might have tried to drop the Petro, but...
Petro's a way better target.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that was a pretty bad run. You lost about 3 dive bombers. I lost time for that, and you didn't even hit anyone.
That's a good question. Is this with the unique upgrade? I don't know exactly. It might be. Midway is ridiculous with that. Okay, there goes the Petro. Your Minotaur is almost dead.
The thing is, he also kind of flew into Minotaur's AA range as well. I think both of them just got you there.
Mm-hmm. But that's the hard part with when ships bubble up together. You know, it's very difficult to put all that. Flak pushed you off the Petro, and yes, unique upgrade on bombers. Got it. Interceptor's good for protecting your own ships, that's true. You just have to hope that your own ships know how to use it properly. That's the problem. A lot of ships, they cry for anti-air, and then they just leave the area you're defending for them on purpose.
99% of the time, they're not worth defending.
That's the point I'm getting at. I'd rather strike the enemy team and make sure they go down, and have the skills necessary to make that happen. Okay, so this is the hard part. How do you deal with this? Fortunately, the enemy Midway is detected now. I was gonna say that, you know, in a situation like this, you could always just at least spot the enemy carrier and let the team just do it for you. But let's see what happens here.
He doesn't have to worry. The game's practically over. He's just at the damage farming part. And funny enough, the only thing he's done is land rockets all game.
I was just about to say you would think so, but the Yoshino just died, and I wouldn't be surprised if that Midway clobbers the gearing next. And if he does, then surprise, it's 3-on-3. Granted, you've got all the caps. But that's... I need a drink, because I know it's coming.
I wouldn't be surprised. It's ranked. Minotaur is able to get into A and B. Gearing is kind of useless, so once you finish off the Thunder, you should still be okay.
Sir Glossy Bald Nuts. Great name. Great name.
Wow. I didn't know what to say about wow to that.
Minotaur is doing what he should be doing, which is getting out of range of fire and trying to stop your guys' point gain for Alpha and Bravo cap. Commendable, really. He's doing a very nice job of staying alive and killing a lot of your planes in the process.
I don't think it's a good idea to go for Minnow here. I would have finished off Thunderer.
Well, I think his plan was, and of course Oskins can comment on this, but I think his plan was to go for the Thunder at first, and then he saw the Minnow making the break for it. And at the time, he probably thought he had a good broadside shot on him.
The
But-
first drop was fine.
Mhm.
I understand the first reset. The second one was just like no one else is gonna have shots, right?
Yeah,
Unless Haragumo gets in a position.
The turn and the follow-up is what you're saying. Instead, go for the Thunderer. Okay?
Yeah. Get Thunder off the board, make sure he's dead, and then you can slowly work down the Minotaur. You have Haragumo to take the caps back.
Yeah. Oskin says he was concerned about cap control and the Thunderer. I mean, I can see that. Oh, God. See, there goes the gearing. And I'm just gonna say it. We've seen Thunderer plays in our own ranked battles as well. Like, I don't have a lot of respect for most Thunderers that I meet, so quite frankly, I'm not gonna waste time trying to go after them. I want to do what's probably gonna win the game, and to me, that's what I would probably do too. I'd probably try to do something about the Minotaur. But the problem is that you're right, SAT. He's got no team cover that can help out. So.
That's the thing. You need someone to help you with the Minotaur because he has super heal. So
Oh, God.
because of that, you've let the Thunder heal back up.
And the Minotaur,
So-
the Minotaur's last known position is straight for him too. His hull.
Yeah. That's fine. He can turn the CV away and still be okay.
Mhm.
The issue is that Thunder is still... He can still provide a credible threat. And Minotaur, of course, is going to hold center.
So maybe it'd be better to pick one or the other. So if he's already decided to focus the Minotaur, then to stay and support the team with the Minotaur.
Minotaur he knows that smoke Minotaurs will have his smoke up pretty soon.
I knew that was coming. As soon as I saw the repub going through the channel, I'm just thinking that Minotaur is just gonna flood it with torpedoes, and sure enough, oh my goodness. Oskins, at this moment, knowing you and watching your streams, you're probably laughing hard because you know the other opportunity is to just get angry. And being relatively salt streamers, the two of us, we'd rather laugh than get angry. But holy hell did this team throw this game. Oh my goodness. 8 minutes on the clock.
It's not bad though. But as I said, this is where you really wish you had that Thunderer dead. If you kill the Thunder, then you only have to deal with the Minotaur and the Midway. You saw that Midway is down to 15k, so 1 or 2 torp runs should finish him.
Mm-hmm.
And then Minotaur would have to withstand your attacks for quite a while. So even if he controls both caps, he's going to eventually die because you're Midway and he's Minotaur.
Yep. Yep.
Madafolka 3 is now following.
Madafolker, thank you very much for the follow. Torps are out for the Midway now. Have to harvest planes. Or have to harvest points. Okay. So in other words, trying to kill the Midway is a part of that. Now, I want to comment on this too. When you look at the chat and you guys are talking about the Yoshino being really salty and stuff like that, keep in mind that all he's doing is trying to drag you down with him, which guarantees the loss. So I think Oskins is doing a nice job of at least ignoring the chat. I'm not sure if he was responding to it on stream or not, but doing what he can to completely ignore it and going for the Midway here. The Midway is a huge point swing, so if he can kill the carrier with that torp drop, that's worth the effort.
More importantly, he can't drop fighters anymore. Well, at least until his bombers are dead as well. But he needs a Midway gone regardless.
Right. Right. Now, you didn't get the kill, of course, so you came within inches of it. Lebrecht Maass
Each
game?
run is important right now, and each run that's spent striking the same ship means he can't do anything else.
Right. $131 hit points. Yeah, that's an easy rocket strike. You would think, unless they all break on his deck, because you've got the HVAR, so you need to get the superstructure or the bow.
He just needs to get to the bridge. That's fine.
Yeah, there it is. You still win in 3 minutes. So, okay, so the Minotaur made a big mistake. The Minotaur didn't go for Charlie. If you went for Charlie, that would have sealed the deal. But he expected to win now and went for farming you. The Thunderer is still heading towards Charlie and will probably get to Charlie, but will it be in enough time? Knowing the fact that you're sending this to me...
It's actually not time you're worried about. You just need to kill the Thunderer. The Thunder's easy to kill now that Midway's gone.
Oskins, thanks for sending in this replay. This has been a lot of fun. I'm sure for you it was a lot more stressful. Saved the best for last, I'm sure he did.
I'm just glad he didn't send in a replay where I was in the game with him.
Now, you guys talk about stream sniping. There's a thing called stream dodging. I will actually go into Oskons's stream if he's streaming and watch, and if he is streaming ranked in carriers, I will wait until he gets into another game before I drop myself, because I do not want to risk him being on the enemy team. There's your Save a Star medal. As predicted, Thunderer has gone into Charlie Cap, which means you get no more point gain. Oh, nope. You did the thing. Nice. The thing, guys, is if you look straight down and you turn with your WASD, you can almost 90-degree pinpoint, hairpin turn, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure in World of Warships that's called a dick move.
Oh, you mean like the Minotaur not camping?
Oh no, that's just Minotaur just not understanding how objectives work.
And look at you just bouncing all of this AP shells right into your planes, mind you, that don't impact anything. But I like how you're not even like launching planes right now. You are so focused on dodging torpedoes that the Minotaur you're expecting to shoot at you. You got 45 seconds till you win. You don't even need to launch your planes.
You don't need to dodge torpedoes. It's 10 kilometer.
Watch chat carefully. You're stunned that the minnow bailed at sea. Yeah. Well, ranked is about throws. Who's gonna throw harder?
If anything, the only thing you can really do is just send up torpedo bombers and have Minotaur keep going broadside. You just need to stop him from getting close.
Thunderer has said GG. I mean, the Minotaur's shooting way off, by the way. He's shooting at your deck. You should be aiming at the forward aft section and your superstructure. Wow.
Maybe he's aiming for the planes he thinks that he's keeping on the deck.
Yep.
Well, as I said earlier, it's pretty much game over. It should not have been that close, but whatever. It's ranked.
Yep. All right, looks like Puck had one. Oskins, thanks for sending in that game. You said you couldn't kill him. You knew you'd never take the minnow. They auto-win if they took C. And one of the biggest problems that you can make is if you think that that's a clear and easy victory, and then that's it. You know? So...
The second best part about it is that Minotaur probably saved his star.
Yeah, we don't know the results of that game, but I would expect the Minotaur to have saved a star after killing that Republique and shooting down all your planes and capping Alpha and Bravo solo cap.
So basically, he gets rewarded for griefing his entire team.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that's what I thought. Makes sense. Oh my god, that was fun, dude. Feel free to send me replays again like that, man. That was awesome. That was awesome. It's nice to see things from a carrier perspective as well. How many planes lost? Hardstyles is asking. And guys, this is Big Apes replay. This is one of my first Patreons, actually. I'm really excited to talk about that. It's a service that I've launched where people can join me there and become a patron, and they can get numerous benefits, just like a subscriber benefit, but then even more so. I'm going to be hooking up with him over the next couple of weeks, and we're gonna take a look at one of his replays outside of stream and a one-on-one conversation. I'm really looking forward to that, and we might even get some time to do a ride-along depending on stream timing, so that'll be cool. 94 planes lost, 38 for fighters. Wow. Brutal.
That's only replays. Only replays.com.
Oh god, no, that hurts. That hurts. I'm gonna call it OR. Subscribe to my OR. Oh my goodness. This is the guy who was tearing his hair out on the forums. I know, he does need all my attention. That's why I'm excited he joined my Patreon. So I'm going to talk about what I see happening here, but doing a one-on-one I think is going to be even better. So he turned away here, which is fine. I don't see a problem with this. He's bottom tier. There's carriers involved. There's a Colorado that'll just destroy him if he's over on this side. And there's two Giulio Cesares. We were talking earlier about how much of a ridiculous ship that is.
He didn't take one shot at the Britain.
Hmm?
He should have he had a shot when the Britain was broadside.
Oh,
before
the
he
email.
did his turnout.
The email. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, my guess is, I know he's a frustrated player, posted some of the frustrations on the forums, and Cthulhu and others, thank you for guiding him towards me. I'm very happy to help anybody, as you guys know. My guess is his first instinct is to preservation of ship, and then his second is to doing damage. So, in that moment, I think he was more interested in trying to get into a safe position. Now, I'm going to pause for a second, because I've already noticed that it feels like there's a lot of uncertainty about positioning. He seems to be kind of scrolling around a bunch. He's talking about John Paul Jones, 1958, the Emile Bertin over there. I thought you were talking about like a tier 5 French battleship Bertin, so that's why I got confused for a sec. So I'm gonna move away from your hull for a second. As a Kirov player, bottom tier, this is where you want to be. Right here, because you can back up if you need to, and you can bow in and keep most of your armor pointed towards the enemy. Where you're going right now, you're showing broadside again, and you're detected.
Also, once the destroyer goes undetected, there's no point in shooting. You're just gonna reset your detection penalty, and you probably don't want to get to be spotted and get shot at by battleships.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now pause for a second. Take a look at the mini-map and the situation. You've got a Giulio Cesare, a Texas, another Giulio Cesare, all of which currently have a nice broadside to you. You've got two people targeting you. I have a feeling this isn't going to end too well. Let's see.
That shot on the Emile was also a pretty bad shot. I would have shot the Julia instead.
Mutsuki is detected. You did not shoot him, though. I think I would have been ready to shoot. Taken that shot. Still. Okay, Mio's low health. I like the idea of focusing on him.
Speaking of which, I don't get why his guns are turned to the right. It should have still be looking directly south.
I think there's a lot of indecision here. I see this a lot with newer players to the game. You see, there's a lot of movement of ship, unnecessary movement at that, and because of that, you flip your guns a lot, and that means that your guns aren't on target as often as we'd like it to be. Now, right there, your engines are out, and like that, the Giulio Cesare does what the Giulio Cesare does best, which is just whomping cruisers. You're moving way too much. We'll take a death pick, because that's what we do. But with a ship like the Kirov, okay, so if this was an Omaha, you could maybe get away with this a little bit, because Omaha is a little bit more like open watery than Kirov, but a ship like the Kirov, you really want to just, you know, butt up to an island and sit. Take shots opportunity, back up as necessary, but you do not want to give a broadside shot to one battleship, let alone 3. The shot that you want to give them, I'm gonna, let's speed this up just a little bit, try to get some of these tracers out of here. Oh, and then these gigantic tracers show up. There we go. That'll work. The angle you want to give enemy battleships that are shooting you is this angle right here. Because look how narrow your ship is. So by giving them that angle, it's much harder for you to get hit and blapped right on right away. Needs to use free look. Free look can help. Free look can help, but I think positioning is the most important first.
Positioning, also not preparing the rudder fast enough.
Mm-hmm.
It just didn't seem like he knew where to put the ship at any time.
Right. Right. And I mean, it's tough. At tier 5, you can run into tier 7s, and you run into this all the damn time. Once upon a time, at tier 5, you could only run into tier 6s at the top, and that was much more manageable. But anyways, thanks for sending that one in, Mr. Big Ape, and we will definitely look forward to doing some more replays with you. Positioning is... Oh, hey! You got in! Little late, Big Apes. That's okay. I know you said you've got work on most Sunday streams as well, but as promised, I went ahead and pinged you so that you knew I was covering it. If you go into my VODs, there's a way that you can go and watch like the last 10 minutes or whatever if you want. But the big thing I would say is you just want to make sure that you, like Dessa says, play a little bit farther back, and just usually you want the bow on and then reverse kind of a deal. Give yourself an out. You were kind of just sailing about in the backfield in circles, which just eventually got you killed. Coughlin, yep, this is your Gascogne game. And you titled this one Accidental Teamwork, so we'll see what that means. And Apes, if you want to go over that other Kirov replay off stream, that's fine. Or if there's a different replay you want to go over, that's fine too. As a tier 3 Patreon, then that means that you have where I'll meet with you off stream, and then I believe the other thing is I'll do a little bit of a ride along off stream. Let me double check to make sure that I'm saying that correctly, because this is all new to me, so you know. Let's see. I'm still new to the site, so I'm like always like scrolling all over the place trying to find stuff. Yep, on as a tier 3, I will do a ride along with you on stream. Now, if you can't make it on a Sunday, then we can always just do that, you and me. I'll spend an hour with you one evening and we can just record a session. That's perfectly fine too, man. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever works for you. And Big Apes is following. Thanks for the follow, man.
Big_apes is now following.
Cthulhu's putting the chickens to bed. There you go. Desta says sailing in a circle was a viable strategy back when people didn't know where to aim. Well, you notice that he got taken out as soon as the rudder was busted, right? So that's kind of the Achilles heel of just about every cruiser that maneuvers. Stevie looks so comfortable down in his bed there. Alright, so Cochran's game, is this a straight tier 8? Looks like it is. Yep. One carrier on either side. Russian light cruisers definitely don't require last stand. Especially if you're just doing the bow on thing. I mean, who cares if your rudder's shot out if you're just moving forward or backward a little bit. Engine boost to give you a little bit more maneuverability. Monarch is going to turn in. This is a very aggressive move considering there's only 2 teammates in your general vicinity. And I would focus on the Kansas there. Or the Odin, because the Monarch was turning in. The Kansas was kind of at a broader angle. Hey Mark, I've been fine, thanks. How have you been? Now you've got 8.4 kilometer secondary, so you don't have a manual secondaries build, which is fine. Because the Gascogne is, for those of you guys who don't know, it's essentially a Republic at tier 8, although not as strong, powerful, whatever, as the Repub. These are 380mm guns, if I remember right, and quad turrets. So unlike the Republic, they will not necessarily overmatch cruiser armor. It's got decent secondaries, but thanks to the rework and stuff like that, the secondaries aren't really as viable as they used to be. Still has pretty strong anti-air though, for what that's worth. It's got engine boost as well, all the fixins, you know.
It's basically Richelieu, but with more typical turret arrangement.
Okay, now you shot at the Kansas. I would have shot the Monarch here. He's full broadside to you. And, I mean, he's going to die soon, but the sooner you kill him, the less chance he's going to have to shoot your Le Fantastique. Or Fantasque.
I suggest you go forward. You're going to turn around pretty soon.
That too. Well, okay, so you're going to shoot the Odin. He's broadside. Okay.
Why do you want to use secondaries? Nice fireworks, but doesn't actually do anything.
Secondaries for the French, they won't pen. They're only going to be useful for setting fires these days. Even with IFHE, I don't think it's useful anymore.
Yeah, but Monarch's already on fire and he's torped to death, so...
Right. That's what I'm saying.
What's the point of that?
Earlier, I think you were better off just focusing on that broadside shot on the Monarch to get him off the board. That would also put you in a position now to move forward into the A-cap instead of having to switch directions, you know. Gascogne was purchasable in the premium shop. I don't know if it still is or not, and I can't remember off the top of my head if it's in the armory anymore. Unfortunately, when you have the ship, they don't tell you if it's available or not.
Yeah, you're just awkwardly backing up. You can turn around.
And thank you, that's a good point. I completely forgot about that. Coughlin, you got that from me. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, I'm checking the premium shop right now. So in a sense, this is the replay you still owed me for it. Well, there you go. It is available. It is currently $50.80 in US terms on the premium shop. I would not spend that money, but it's up to you. Still in the armory for 12.7k doubloons. All you remember about the Gascogne is it's weak against the walls. We call it the Gascogne for a reason, yeah. It's got 32mm armor all around, which before the IFHE rework was a real problem for it, because every 152mm armed cruiser that took IFHE would just chew it up. After the rework of IFHE, now tier 7 and under cruisers don't benefit as much from IFHE anymore.
They can't pen 32. They're stuck at 31.
Exactly. So that's a huge distinction for a tier 8 Gascogne that can see tier 6 and 7 ships. That's a pretty big distinction. Still, tier 8 and 9 will pen, and 10 will pen 1/5 HE now instead of 1/6, and IFHE will allow it to penetrate the 32mm armor.
I feel sorry for your back turret right now.
I always feel sorry for back turret gunners, man. They spend more time rotating the turret than they do firing it. Oh well. That's what they get for being the second-rate gunners, because you would imagine that the best gunners on your team would be in the front turret.
And the absolute best gunners are obviously on your secondaries.
They're so good that you always issue them vodka when you're about to go into battle, right?
About 10 rations of vodka.
Or rum or whatever, yeah.
To be consumed immediately.
Now, for some odd reason, you turned bow into the Admiral, and I would have kept on heading towards the Odin so that I can get that rear turret to fire. Again, think of those poor gunners. They just want to pull the trigger. There they go.
Yep. I don't see a reason to turn it either. You can safely get your back gun into action.
Yep. Edge case, I love it. Edge case says, and the top grade gunners gets assigned to the cruisers. Best gunners get promoted out of the turrets and onto the bridge because reasons. There you go. And see, now you're doing the thing again where you're flipping and now your turrets have to turn again.
Yep. Generally, this is just not very good, this is just not very good orientation. You're constantly knocking your own gunners out, and they're probably seasick too. You haven't been even using your front guns very well, because you're firing every 30 seconds.
Right. Right. I disagree with the decision to turn back in like this with the Roma. I really think you could have kept going for the Odin. Just kept sailing this way. If anything, you're pushing him away. Now you're giving him the freedom to turn and flex back. Same thing with the Admiral.
This falls under the general issue with positioning. You notice all that space that you're giving up. So, because you cut back in the middle, now you have nothing to threaten the BC area. So that's Odin can turn back in once his heals back up.
And the last known position of the Benson is literally right in front of you.
And even worse, now you don't have anywhere to turn in. You have to go past by the island, and that's a pretty obvious maneuver, so you're going to take a lot of damage.
Yep. Now, I'm going to pause it too, because had you continued heading this direction, you'd have a beautiful shot on a broadside Cleveland right there.
I mean, the enemy just gave up to hit their spawn. It's free real estate.
Free real estate. You've gotten allergic to the idea of gallivanting the enemy spawn. I can understand that the concern about that, but I guess it comes down to like what's your biggest threat going to be back there, and who are you threatening? When you're in the backfield, you will threaten the carrier, which obviously brings some attention onto you, but it also prevents the enemy from having the freedom to reposition and relocate. Now, they can sail about exactly however they want back here and reposition. Heal time. These guys are pretty low. Oh, Tirpitz gets the win. He's got torpedoes, so you would hope he would win against a Bismarck there. Roma is going to get torpedoed by the Benson. We already know this because he's detected on radar.
Benson's at negative health, though.
Mm-hmm. Which
And
basically means that torpedo reload is going to be higher, assuming he's got adrenaline rush.
Yep. Odin looks like he's already starting his turn in. Albemarle, if you can't depth strike him, he's going to hurt a lot.
Yep. Now here's where I would have flipped my guns earlier, moved the cursor to get the rear guns to start flipping quicker. Oh, you almost got the Odin down. But of course, there's somebody else you have to deal with. Now be careful about moving this way, because now you're running into a potential torpedo lane with the enemy Benson. So you're turning, which is okay because you're concerned about the Benson, but you're also giving a broadside to the Odin now. You're kind of painting yourself into a corner.
I would have been fine just sitting just north of B cap, just kind of staying up there. You should still have shots on the Odin, and you can also just threaten just to turn around just in case.
Right. And don't forget the Admiral's got torpedoes as well. So...
Yeah, but you're Roma. That's Roma's problem, not yours.
Huh. Aim higher. That's going to bounce off the belt. Yep, 4 ricochets. Look at that. The dead Cleveland just saved you from 1 torpedo, potentially. Squizzer, you can if you want. I just don't know that we're going to get to it today. I've got a ton of replays that are being prioritized now. Thing is, I knew the Benson had 1 set of Taurus max now. He just fired at the Roma. Okay. No problem, don't worry. Okay. Sorry, I don't ever want to say no to somebody, but like I was hoping to be done with covering replays at about 5, which is in 40 minutes. And I still got 1, 2, 3 more replays to cover. So, you know. If you can get the Odin here, great. But now you're
Also,
go ahead.
it looks like you're also taking consumables, ship consumables in the 5th slot.
Okay. And what does that mean?
30-second repair. 10% duration to all
Game
consumables.
Prodigy just
I saw that you have a
resubscribed for
30-second
12
repair.
months. That was supposed to say that here.
So instead of concealment is what you're saying, he's taking that instead.
Yep.
Which is an interesting pick. Generally speaking, you go for concealment, always. I do like this view though, with the whatever up in the front. Oh look, the Benson. Game Prodigy, by the way, thank you very much for the resub. 12 months, my dude. That was supposed to say that here. It's a massive chicken on the bow. Let's see. It's not a chicken, it's a person with a sword. Now you won this game. Good. But I think you would have had an easier time of it if you had kept going. You know. You died for shouting out
Yeah,
Game
more.
Prodigy? Good. Sorry, go ahead. SCT.
Yeah, the decision to go cut back down south instead of going north had a huge implication. He still won, but that was... If the enemy was any stronger, that could have been a lot more difficult.
Yep, I'm shouting out Game Prodigy again because I can, and because I had my shoutouts thing turned off for a test earlier and I didn't notice it. So check out Game Prodigy, very fun dude, relaxed, and Putin's doing it again. And while we're doing it, we're gonna go ahead and shout out Oskens again as well, because we need to. In that particular clip, Game Prodigy is muted. You can redeem channel points to basically tell him to shut the heck up, and he will do so.
Who would do such a thing?
I will have no idea, Puddin.
Nope, no idea.
Here we have Treyarch with Warlord and not a carrier. Huh?
Oh. This is cancer.
He's
But I
practicing.
approve of it.
He's practicing for clan battles, perhaps?
Yep.
Sith with the flex.
Show 'em what we've got, chef.
Our resident CV main and his disciple have decided to become destroyer mains.
Mm-hmm.
Engine boost activated.
There you go. Cross training. Oh crap, I need to do another marbles, don't I?
Treyarch? Is there any reason why Warlord doesn't have survivability expert?
Do I remember those surveys Wargaming sent out back when the game first came out that asked how I wanted to feel during gameplay? No, I don't. You were bullying him in voice chat about it? Lol. I love how there's 5 destroyers and 2 battleships only. And they have a 20-kilometer Shima.
So, just like clan battles.
What's up, Sergeant Slaughter?
Engine boost deactivated.
Also, Game Prodigy, you've been streaming clan battles with Wookiee, right?
I do remember that edge case. I do remember that.
Yep, it looks like you're having fun with it.
I'm surprised he didn't luck chuck torpedoes into that gaggle of destroyers right there.
Nope, guns comes first. If he were to chuck torpedoes, it would have been long ago.
No, right, I know, but like, as soon as they came up on reload, instead he switched to guns.
I find this is more of a... I find this happens kind of often, depending on skill level. Like, if you're... Like, if, for most of the higher skill players, they tend to instinctively go for guns first.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas other players may go for torps first. I think that's more of a instinct that you develop as you go up higher in skill level. Also, Treyarch, you missed a golden opportunity to ram the Shimakaze into the island.
I thought that
Very
too.
disappointed in you.
I thought that too. Put him right into the dock. Say you're welcome.
That's where you belong.
Get down, Mr. President. Well, torps you can't land so much. I agree, but to me, the reason I thought about torping in that area is you just saw 3 destroyers right there, so you know you got a chance of hitting something, and you were about to switch to guns anyways. So that's why I think when you saw him, you were at like 2 or 3 seconds away from torpedoes being ready. Hey, speaking of torpedoes and luck chucking,
2 to 3, yeah. if he went back to torpedoes and used it, that would have been about 5 seconds of not using guns. That's 2 salvos right there.
I wouldn't go back to guns. Absolutely. I would fire torpedoes first and then just switch to guns and start shooting. That's all I was thinking.
So anyway, so I started blasting.
Paulo Emilio is doing the YOLO thing, but totally wrong. He's smoking and probably radared by the Smaland. Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, if you get it, great. If you don't, eh. But you know, it doesn't matter. He didn't do it, so we'll continue on with the replay and see what happens. I mean, we're talking about the fine art of torpedoing with somebody who literally luck-chucked torpedoes at widespread in King of the Sea and won because of it.
Big brain tournaments require big brain tactics.
There you go. You're back with a dirty G&T, gin and tonic. Be afraid, be very afraid. Cheers, my dude. Sanctus, dude, spring break is coming in a few weeks, and I hope to stream at least a couple more days during the week. Besides that, I don't know, man. I don't know. Paulo is doing the YOLO thing. SAS season is coming up. I mean, the summer is coming up, which means I will have more open weekdays, but it also means I'm traveling more, so I'll be a little bit more off and on. I have at least 3 trips scheduled this summer already. If not, one more.
Report that Paulo Emilio for missing torps at point blank.
Eh. He did his job. He just YOLO'd a battleship. That's what Paulo Emilios do.
Engine boost activated.
Take a camera with me and just, oh my god, build a just chatting audience? Ugh. I could do that. I could do that. Ooh, Smaland on Smaland action. Hot Smaland on Smaland action. AP into the broadside Smaland versus him just shooting HE means you win. Oh, wait. The Shimakaze wants to die too.
Destroyer sunk.
Nice. And you see he just keeps shooting based off of where the last known was, and you figure the Shima's probably going to reverse, but you lost him, so I'll just dump some torps. Makes sense. You get a heal, he does not. Will my just chatting audience be bigger than my OnlyFans? Considering I don't have an OnlyFans, yes.
As a tip, if you're, if a person goes undetected in smoke, if you want to keep firing him, immediately aim a little bit down. Your shots will always go up high when you unlock.
Oh, okay.
Enemy destroyer sunk.
Good to
Don't
know.
ask me why it does that, but Wargaming's working.
It loses the target lock, and when you lock a target, you get a little bit of an extra aim assist that helps to kind of shrink your ellipse down. And so I think that's what's happening. As soon as they go dark, that is gone, which means now it goes back to large size.
I don't think it's the dispersion that's the issue. I think when you aim at a ship, you're normally aiming at the water line, basically his hull, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you take that hull away, now you're aiming at the water that's directly behind it. So you aim, so it ends up your shells going a little bit higher than expected.
Right, but the way that I think about it is, how can I demonstrate this? I'll use a Nestle Crunch bar. So let's say that my phone is your dispersion ellipse, and when you lock onto a target, now you've got product placement. Now you lock onto a target, and now the dispersion is that's the crunch bar. And even if you're a little bit off, the way the game works is it will automatically help you by aiming into this area if you're locked onto the target. So let's say you're shooting at a target like this, and then it goes on smoke, and now we disappear. Now what's happening? Instead of being here, you're shooting here. And I think what you're getting at, SAT, is by shooting a little bit lower, now you're shooting more on track with where they're, you know, actually are.
Pretty much.
Cool. That's a Google Pixel 3, not a 3A, just the original Pixel 3. And I'm gonna eat this Nusty Crunch bar because I'm hungry. Oh, there.
Enemy destroyer blown up.
Right.
Problem solved, sir.
Crunch, crunch, crunch. Sorry, guys, I should mute my mic. Or is this part of the, ASMR stream you guys want me to get into? Give Looter, I'll do it. I'm going for bigger sponsorships. Nestle Crunch doesn't even know I exist, dude. And they don't care either. But I'll tell you who might know I exist is Madrina's Coffee. Don't worry. I don't anticipate doing a sponsorship with Madrina's anytime soon. I don't drink coffee. What's up, Weekend Warrior? I love chocolate, I just don't like coffee. I never like coffee.
Should be turning in.
That's what I was thinking too. But my guess is he wants to use the island to cover him. Therefore getting a little bit more distance so he can arc over shells. Oh, he's being smoked by the Fletcher. That's cool. Now you know where they both are.
Yep, that's why.
Are dirty water companies allowed to advertise and sponsor? So Edge, I have indeed reached out to Maker's Mark and said something about that. I am a part of their ambassadorship program, but that's it for right now. And that was on a suggestion of one of you guys. So I have a cask of Zath ready to go at some point. It's got my name on it. Free samples, right? Smell-o-vision stream? Oh my god. If I start doing Raid Shadow Legends... Seabear, I did Raid a month ago, actually. Why not HE? He's going for AP because he wants to hit the superstructure for more guaranteed damage that will be more permanent because it's an AP penetration as opposed to either a shell fire or reduced damage from saturation.
He doesn't have to worry about shatters as well. The upper belt of Yamato is 32, so that his AP can pen no problem.
Yep.
Engine boost.
And if it's overpens, it's guaranteed 1/10 damage as opposed to diminishing returns from HE.
Yeah. If anything, Warlord's gonna light the fires from his angle.
That being said, I do agree with you. I think being more aggressive would have helped if he knew that the Fletcher was right on the Yamato. He could radar him and all that. But at the time, he didn't know that the Fletcher was there until the smoke showed up. And this is why the Smaland is overpowered and ranked. Hold down left mouse button.
I also assume he was talking with Warlord about being spotted, because he was spotted when he edged out of the island, so he knew the Fletcher was right there.
So in-game out-of-game communications with teammates is a factor. Shocked. The Apollo Emilio is now giving you game advice. That's good.
What does it say?
He says just live and you're fine.
Yes. So Apollo Mule giving advice to 07.
And yes, you're right, Cthulhu. Getting a fire on him could definitely make him feel less comfortable, but at the same time, fire is 100% repairable, so if he's got a repair party available, then he doesn't care about a fire.
This is also a full gunboat Smaland. No concealment.
Yep. Hey, what's up, NLM? 3,000 base XP. Gotta love it.
3k base is okay.
Surprisingly fun getting melted slowly. GG Smaland, best DD player. Aww. That's when you get the warm fuzzies inside, right?
Meanwhile,
Right, Cthulhu.
completely passes Warlord.
Yeah, if you've got a repair party available, that's correct. If you don't, well, you're right. It's not fully repairable, but...
The only reason Warlord only has 1.8k base because he didn't take SE.
Lol.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
It's also possible that Treyarch was expecting Warlord to set fires. I mean, he's in a
Warlord
Mogador.
had to use HE given his angle, so he can focus on just spamming AP and get the consistent damage.
And here we see Treyarch practicing being behind islands when he totally doesn't need to be.
I mean, you can. I mean, daring finding a Smaland, I think we all know how that's gonna end up.
With nobody winning?
It's gonna end up with a Venezia winning.
There you go. We're gonna speed this part up just a little bit. Because it's more fun that way. And you win. Alright. We're gonna switch over to marbles, because we haven't done a marbles race in a little bit. So let's pick a random track and go. So, hit exclamation point exclamation point play to jump in. Put in, what do you think, another CC container? Let's do a CC container. So you go down here. Oh, there's a couple of different funnels. All right, let's see what happens. I'm going to be right back. We're going to do a 3-minute ad and we'll get into this and see who wins the big prize. Nice job, Erity. Be right back. Okay. Peloton added first? What? Did you play a theater fight song? Oh my god. Alright, here we go. Go down the ramp. Here's Treyarch. There's Cthulhu. Weekend Warrior. Oh, Weekend Warrior Barbecue. That's awesome. I like that. There's Duckman. All the cool people that are here are about to lose their marbles. There's Great One. Nice hat. Oh, Weekend Warrior is out first. There's Treyarch Zoom Walt in third place. And they're going to come through here, they go down a couple of corkscrews, and then there's another funnel after a couple of little sorting places. So let's see what happens. Ads were TWD, Alienware Hero, Duncan, Xfinity, CSL Plasma. Okay. Interesting. It's always fun to see what kind of ads Twitch is, you know, working on right now. Uh-oh, Weekend Warrior is way out in front, guys. It's about to hit a boost. There's the boost. I don't know what these things do, but they don't seem to do much. Now this is something that could slow him down compared to everybody else. Everybody else is starting to catch up. And we got a couple people that are closer on Weekend Warrior's heels now. We got Winner Winner Lunch Chicken, Dust Await, Snow Mongoose. Who's gonna make it down the funnel first? It's gonna be Ninjitsu User, one of our new followers from today. That's pretty cool. And he's gonna come down to the boost. He's pretty close to the finish line, guys. Ninjitsu User is probably gonna win our CC container. Yep. That's a lock. Ninjitsu comes in first. Snow Mongoose second. Ish? We think? Khan in third. Lunch fourth. Shell Eater fifth. Fiji Fanto sixth. Treyarch seventh. Weekend Warrior eighth. Smile ninth. And Hard Styles 10th. Khan fell to his doom. Alright, I'm gonna load up our next replay. We're gonna, oh, there's Eder Enriquez in the back there. Thanks for trying to jinx you out of a podium. Oh my god, Ninjitsu! Dude!
Ninjust user just subscribed.
Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub, dude. I really appreciate that. Low gas. Alright, game, why are you not loading up? Ninjitsu using his free Twitch Prime sub. Really appreciate that, dude. It says something about you. It says that you enjoy what you're seeing here. And oh my goodness. Hosk PZK! We got some more music to listen to. Hello, everybody. Hosk, thank you very much for the follow. For the raid there. Let me take care of the shout out because I'm sure Puddin is taking care of getting our prize over to our winner there. But there he is. There's one of his clips there, playing. It looks like an Alsace or Burgonia. That's awesome. Thank you so much. And guys, welcome aboard. We are doing ZAS Replay Theater. We are taking a look at replays and helping people grow and improve.
And you didn't think I'd get that shout out.
Patch underscore PZK raided my stream with 264 viewers.
There's a reason that Puddin is the best moderator on Twitch.
Smedlo Fauna 2XX is now following.
Just putting that out there. Medal of Honor, thank you very much for the follow.
Commander
might be a bit
1707 is now following.
Commander 1707, thank you very much for the follow.
Pash underscore PZK is now following.
Pash, thank you very much as well for the raid and the follow, my friend.
To underscore Soliai is now following.
Da Solier, thank you very much for the follow. Okay, this is Cthulhu's game. I think you're still here, Cthulhu, right?
Warlickin is now following.
B. Warlickin, thank you very much for the follow. Oh, BW Harlickin, thank you for the follow.
No Marie is now following.
All right. No Marie, thanks for the follow.
Max underscore lull underscore is now following.
Max Lull, thank you very much for the follow as well. And Arizel,
The underscore
Azrael.
Azrael underscore 85 is now following.
Azrael, thank you very much for the follow. Need a naked ships mode. This commander.
We call that ranked.
Oh God.
Woolopk is now following.
Woolup, thank you very much for the follow. He says the Commander Doria has 8 skill points, of which only 6 have been spent. Grease the gears, shell swapping, basics of survivability. Shell swapping. Not sure what that means. Anyway, this is the new hotness, the tier 6 Italian battleship. Complete with AP and SAP. Oh, the new expert loader, okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. Alright. You are top tier? It's a tier 5-6 game. You've already lost a ship, lol. Not even 3 minutes yet. You've got a Nicholas that might be coming mid, so you might want to be thinking about reacting to that guy. See what happens. Hey, you're welcome, Oskins, man. You're an awesome person, a real credit to the community. So I don't mind talking about you in kind words. Kremlin. Okay. Eder Enriquez, I might not get to it until next stream. But I will definitely... Oh, crap. What's it called in here? It's called Sevilla Rosia, right? Yeah.
Italian battleship spamming AP. Interesting.
Crash Zone Alpha. Well, so if you're spamming AP, then you're spamming it because you want to make sure that you know, you're going to do that at least overpen damage into the destroyers. But SAP obviously does ridiculous things.
SAP would do more overpen damage to Nicholas, I believe.
Eder Enriquez.
I remember
Go ahead.
Go on. I remember SAP having more alpha damage than AP.
It's a possibility. I don't remember off the top of my head. But fortunately for you, the Nicholas has left the area. Edronikas, I'm trying to find your replay submission. I don't see it. Is it? Did you put it on Discord?
Alright. I guess there might be a trade for lower Italian battleships then.
Okay. Oh, I see. I see. You're gonna send it now. Okay, thank you. I also make sure I have it. Just happen to be setting up your Andrea Doria. Lol. There you go, Deadliest. You're slowing down so you can swap shell types to SAP. So, generally speaking, Cthulhu, do you like to go SAP for cruisers then? I don't know that I would have fired all salvo on him, but okay. Thank you, Edronikas.
This is where you really wish you had that AP loaded.
Yeah. Huh? Yeah, I saw it was a secondary kill, but I thought he was a lot healthier than that. He must have maybe gotten hit by something else.
The destroyer took a torp.
That's what it was. Okay.
Then the battleship.
Alright, Edronikas, I think I got it. It's a map on Britain in ranked. Got a Cavor coming up your butt here. You might think about setting up for him. Yes, there you go. Doria's best brawler? Yeah. Can't wait for the Cristoforo Colombo. Well, that's what, like 2 patch cycles away? At least 1? I don't know. Prue is playing with the bags that the clothes were in. Making some noise. Doria is pretty fast. Yeah, she's kind of like a Giulio Cesare and all that in the rest, isn't she? Isn't she like an upgraded or refitted Giulio Cesare? Or am I thinking of something else?
That I'll have to Google.
I don't remember. Nice kill. Turn around, flip your guns. Or keep heading south. I mean, if there's a carrier, definitely head south, and there is, okay. Although the safer route would be to go back into mid, cap, kill the Normandy, maybe the Eagle, but go this way. It's probably the better plan.
Alright, so the Conti di Cavour consists of Giulio Cesare, the ship I just mentioned, and Leonardo da Vinci. And then the next class is the Andrea Doria.
Okay. So it's kind of like the next step up.
Yep.
Got it. Okay. Cool. GC and Kavor are the same class. Oh, okay, got it. Wait. Julia Cesare a little bit later. Okay, gotcha. Alright, Shane, take care. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, you didn't quite have the shot in the Kavor, right? Ranger was real good. Well, I like the fact that he's kiting away from the threats. But you see what I mean about moving farther south? It keeps you away from these guys, but also closer to the enemy carrier. Not so much for you, you're full health, but the other battleship was really low.
The other battleship should have just dodged.
Sure.
Ranger, I remember Ranger having a high detection, so being within range of that Normandy is probably not good for his health.
And the Kraken. Not bad. Oh, you have an Oklahoma in front of you, too. It's TK359 as opposed to TK421. Not bad for a new ship, yeah. That's awesome.
So Oklahoma's team killed 359 people. How is he not permabanned? The CV helped you a lot with the Oklahoma. Interesting that he'd help you with the Oklahoma instead of killing the Normandy. Lazy Lizard says this could have ended for you very easily in mid-match when pushing that battleship destroyer. It could have. Didn't. But I know what you mean. Alright, so Cthulhu's already decided to turn his guns around and get ready for a broadside. So he's starting his rear gunners to turn. Careful here that you don't go too broadside in front of the Oklahoma. The 358 other ones were permabanned. And the Oklahoma is changing course because of the carrier. Okay, so that saves your rear turrets a little bit of time in turning. Yep, but it looks like they're going to be out for the drive-through.
Maybe. It's
Not
pretty
if,
close.
Not if Oklahoma does that.
Yeah. Don't zoom in like that. Stay zoomed out. There, shoot. Nope. Too far back. You bounced. 7 ricochets. That's what happens when you zoom in. Yeah, you lose a lot of your ability to control your turrets. They start going kind of wonky.
Also, you pointed your guns in the wrong direction. You had them pointed 45 degrees off the bow. You should have had them closer to broadside.
Yep, you want to point them like 90, like this, not like this. So, fortunately,
it's a very common mistake.
Fortunately, the Oklahoma is maintaining his turn, which is something that you should never do when you get into like this kind of knife fight thing. So,
you're doing a good job by relaxing your turn and just keeping it angled.
Yep, you wait for him to fire first, and then you can turn in, because you know his guns are not available. Well, those are, but oh well. Aim high. Nope, that's low. One bounce. Could have been worse. What? You want out my new orange shorts? Come here. Bro is getting all over me. Hi. Come here. Yeah. Here. Say hi to everybody. Let's put the lap cam back on. There you go. Say hi, Prue. Learn the hard way that what happens in circle dance? Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to do the circle dance. You thought that was your auxiliary cat, Oliver? Fat Bladis gives me all the cats. Oh my god. Circle dance is next level strat for farming. Alright, Mr. Moto, are you still here? Because if you are, you're next. Alright, well, we'll get yours next. Stevie stirs as he knows someone's on my lap. Yes, he does. He gets a little jealous sometimes. I like the decision to go back and help on the Normandy. Also, what was that drop?
Why are your guns pointing to the right? The Normandy is on your left.
Good point. I think he was planning on coming up and turning to the left so he would engage on the right side of a ship. But obviously the carriers forced him to do some dodging and stuff. So I do agree that the planning for a left side shot would be better. And there you go. Now you're starting to make that decision. There you go, Mark. Congratulations. Hey, Big M. Putin's doing a little shout out for Mr. Moto. There's one of his clips there. Yeah, I think a big part of this is just planning your attack and then sticking with it. So, like, you've now flopped back to the left side, and now you're flopping back to the right, and it looks like you're probably going to flop back to the left again. Got to keep those rear turrets engaged. Crew's getting fur all over my new clothes. You can use Control X to lock bearing, yes, and free look. That's true. See, you didn't even have to worry about him. Alright, Cthulhu, we're gonna fast forward because at this point the game is pretty much all but over. Carrier gave you a fighter. So now it's just a Ryujo left. And based off of where those attack aircraft came from, I would put that enemy carrier at Charlie. Oh, wow, he went for Bravo. That makes sense. That's the only move he's got to win. Look at you complimenting your team. Good dodge, although that's going to put you into the beach right there. But game is over due to time. Wow. Okay. Let's terminate that game. Thanks for sending that one in, dude. Natzer would be proud. Lol. Gonna have to vacuum this room after Prue's all over me. That's alright though. She's happy. She's comfortable. That's Doria with a low point captain. That's a good game, and I think it's a great way to showcase that you don't need to have a really high point captain in order to make things work for you, right? A lot of it comes down to positioning and, frankly, luck, you know? Okay. She's shoving her butt in my face. This game is not the most eventful. That's okay. Oh, it's Big Brothers. Or Two Brothers, I'm sorry. You're regrinding the line, okay. Okay, Pearl. She was shoving her rear up so much she actually went airborne in her back. Did you guys see that? This game helps you understand why the Julio Cesare is so freaking OP? Yeah. Yes, a new stage of relationship. That's very true, Sergeant Slaughtered. So this is Two Brothers. You're not going to go up the channel.
Mavoba 57 is now following.
Oh, Mavoba, thank you very much for the follow, by the way. Would have been big brothers if the enemy team had CBs and or radars. That's true. That's true. Some players are recommending that you play with no point captains to learn the ship better. You could do that. You could definitely do that. Let's see if we can get her to relax here.
You want to play with the 10-point captain. No point captain, you're missing out on important 4-point skills. I would not recommend for destroyers, for example.
Sure. And generally speaking, at least spend the credits and buy, what is it, a 9-point or 8-point captain that you start with?
A 6-point.
So, yeah, at least buy a 6-pointer and then get yourself up to 10. It's pretty quick. And I think that's kind of what Cthulhu was doing, because he had that 8-pointer in the Andrea Doria, and it looked like you had the Restless Fire camo. Oh, she's a sweetheart, alright. Aren't you, Prue, huh?
You can learn the basics with a 10-point captain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you typically want Last Stand, right?
Yeah, do you really want to learn how to play a destroyer without Last Stand?
Okay, so here we go. Oh, and of course you've got Lutjens in here. Too bad it procced after, or before you got all that damage. Now you're up against the Haida, and the Haida of course has creeping smoke.
Why are you playing this aggressively with the Maass anyways? You have the worst concealment of all destroyers.
That is true. Oh, hi. Oh my god, look at the channel. You've got a Maass, a Fubuki, and a Scharnhorst, and a Dallas all going up the channel. There goes one. There goes two. 2 for 1 special today. Because you're aggressive in general?
Aggressive in general doesn't mean you should lose more HP for free.
Yep. Cthulhu, that depends on what you're experiencing. If you feel like you're on fire all the damn time, then fire prevention. Generally speaking, I think Concealment Expert is probably going to be your better pick. At tier 6, I mean, you don't have Concealment Module. I guess another question for you would be, yes, that's a CC camo on the Maass. If you are going to be playing a lot of operations at tier 6 with that Andrea Doria, then I would go fire prevention, because you don't need to worry about concealment so much. If you're going to play more randoms, then concealment is probably your better pick. Captain's going all the way up the line. Concealment then.
You copy
Yep.
makers got here.
Concealment first, Deadeye not so much because it's supposed to get changed. And then fire prevention.
By the time you get to Deadeye, if you do concealment and fire prevention, by the time you get the ability to do Deadeye, it will be changed. Most likely. So. Okay, so your Scharnhorst and Dallas are now charging up the channel. I like the general decision to sail this direction. You're going to need to make a decision soon if you want to go back to defend your cap, or if you want to push the enemy position. Put him in tier 7 as soon as you get him and spam for the Veneto. Okay. And Prue has decided she's had enough. Long-term plan is fire prevention C, then choose between extra heal, whatever that items it suit. Soon, Mikael, how's it going? Gonna grind in random or no, first. Yeah. It's a different winner. That's true.
AirDog63 is now following.
AirDog, thank you very much for the follow. I'm almost wondering if you want to back off here. Because if you get detected, I mean, you're going to have possibly 4 people shooting at you. You don't know where the Haida is.
You want to lure the Cavor down the middle. Once
Yeah.
he gets past the island, then you farm.
Yep. But he's reversing now because he's waiting for the Dallas to come out. And the Dallas is obliging him. You're detected. Haida's nearby. There's the Haida. I hit F3 on the Haida. Try to get the Dallas to shoot the Haida. Thanks, AirDog.
Smoke up and farm.
Mm-hmm. And the Dallas goes down. Yep, I would definitely smoke and just hit the Omaha or the Cavor, one of the two. Probably the Cavor since you fired torpedoes at him. Try to get him to get on fire and DCP a flood, or DCP a fire and get stuck on a flood, I should say. Unfortunately,
Maass is now a gunboat. You get 32mm pen on your guns.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, if you smoke though, you won't be spotting anybody because all of your ships have abandoned you on this side.
That's fine. You should have opened up as soon as Omaha went behind the island.
Because what are you afraid of?
Mm-hmm. What's Cavor gonna do? Shoot you with AP? SAP?
I like holding that last rack there because, oh, you just don't know exactly what he's going to do. You switch to AP here. I mean, broadside Omaha could be fun. Hit the engine boost if you don't intend to smoke.
Yeah, I think you could have had the Cavor there,
Mm-hmm.
but you just kind of let him go.
It's okay, I have a feeling he's going to come back around the corner. This definitely was my best or smartest game. That's alright, dude. Definitely wasn't. Got it.
No, it definitely was his best or smartest game. He said so in the first one.
Now look at the Nagato. The Nagato looks like it's going to come down the channel. If the Haida comes down the channel and the Omaha comes down the channel, then we're looking at a reverse throw situation. In other words, you might have a good shot at winning.
Two brothers.
That's what's so great about it, isn't it?
I remember the good old days, but everyone just going down the middle.
There it is.
Also, you can just farm New York while you're here.
Mm-hmm.
What else is New York gonna do? Shoot HE at you?
Mm-hmm. I don't know about turning out like this. I might have just kept going straight for the Cavor. Because then you could either get behind the island if he... Or that could happen. I mean, that was pretty interesting in itself, huh? Yep, Nagato and Haida, and Omaha I'm sure is behind him. Maybe even the Bayern, because we haven't seen the Bayern in a while. That was the save.
That's unfortunate. No death pick.
Your Hydro is kind of unnecessary, by the way. What are you afraid of torpedo-wise? I mean, it's only the Haida or Shiratsuyu with torpedoes that can threaten you. Oh look, the Omaha went down the channel too. See, as soon as I recognized that, I think I would have gone straight for the channel, because you got better choices for your torpedoes.
I would have just straight up farmed the New York and the Cote d'Ivoire.
Hmm. You got your Normandy turning around to engage the Nagato and the Omaha. That's okay, but the Normandy is showing a good amount of broadside in the process, so we'll have to see what happens there. You fat-fingered it. Got it. Don't bother torping there. I mean, chances are pretty low that they'll actually have range. Oh, hey, look. Lutyens. Okay. So you can... There's two ways that you can win this, right? As the enemy throws 3 ships away and dies, or you go into the cap and the enemy ignores you, while your team is decapping the enemy at your base cap and defending it. This could be interesting. You would have gone for the death pick because you enjoyed the content. There you go, Deadliest. Oh look, the Omaha died, but the Normandy is almost dead now. And will most likely die to Haida Torps or the Nagato. Probably the Haida Torps at this point.
Normandy's done his job.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Dallas DC'd.
Oh god. Yes. That's what you want. Just torpedo him.
If you finished off the New York, you would have no problems here.
I still think you'll have no problems, because nobody's going to get to you in time if the Dallas is disconnected.
Dallas is DC'd. The battleship in the middle is pointing the wrong way. Bayern is playing like a thunderer.
And the Shiratsuyu was last seen heading towards your cap as well, so there's literally nobody that can get to you in time. See what happens.
3 minutes is quite a long time, so I would still have preferred to kill the New York, but...
Oh, of course. Even actors can't be paid enough to throw this, lol. The big thing is your Normandy is still alive, because if the Nagato goes into the cap, which it looks like he is, don't shoot, he's dead. If the Nagato goes into the cap, then your Normandy and New York can at least hit him for resets. Oh, he's going broadside because he wants to go back. He's pulling an Austin Powers in the channel. Oh my god. And Death Strike. I don't like playing on this side of the island. I mean, I get that you want to make sure that the New York is wrecked, but this also denies you a lot of vision on the other side. Okay, you're stopping. Good.
Yeah, left side vision's not important. If the Shiratsuyu gets back on the cap, then there's nothing you can do about it.
Mm-hmm. Depending on how healthy or unhealthy he is.
Shir only needs to shoot you once to decap.
Right. So it's not the Haida that's in the cap, it's the Shiratsuyu that's in the cap. There he is. Oh my god.
Right. So you basically win.
You win as long as somebody decapped the Shiratsuyu. Right? No, you're ahead on... Oh my god, if the Nagato had gone into the cap and stayed dark, or the Haida had stayed in the cap, you'd lose this. Okay, your New York needs to die like now so you can get a solo warrior.
I'm pulling for the New York right now.
Just to deny the solo warrior?
Mm-hmm.
So nice of you, Puddin'.
It's Moto. Did you expect any less?
The problem is your New York needs to die so you can get the solo warrior. Really unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. That's alright. I'll take the win over a solo warrior, just so you know. New York reset the base. Doesn't matter. You win. GG. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Alright, guys. We're going to switch back over to marbles again. Do another race. How are we doing on containers? But are we okay? Yeah, we're good.
I think we're doing okay.
Yeah, I think we're doing fine. Excellent. Okay. Let's do another CC container then. Exclamation point play to jump in. You got 3 minutes and we'll get started. Maybe even less than 3 minutes. We'll see. Oh, this is a new map. I haven't done this one before. Crazy corkscrew action. It's all pink. Aw, there's hearts too. And there's a heart-shaped loop. That's wild. That is very wild. Alright, well, we'll be back in just a few moments for our race. Alright. I'm gonna stand up for a second, check in with the wife about timing. So I will be right back. Hey, miss anything? Desta's the target audience for what? Tropical cream loot boxes? Yeah, that jump looks pretty epic. I think a lot of people are gonna die in that jump. What is that? All right. Stevie just got up. And here we go. And they're off. In the big sorter. Oh, Rage is in front. Dropped down pretty quick. Edernika's coming in. Invictus Bismarck, thank you very much for that Twitch Prime sub, my dude.
Invictus Bismarck just resubscribed for 5 months.
Edernika's now in front. iRage coming up. iRage coming up second. And then we get into the corkscrews. That's pretty whack. We come out from there. Cosmos now in the lead. Let's take a look at... Oh, they're already through. Vladashi. Right, okay. Let's take a look at where they're going. There's an insane jump coming up, guys. Take a look. You predict final 6, Duckman? Cosmos going down the side. Rage going through the middle. A lot of crazy ramps. Oh, Rage is going to go through the heart. Let's take a look at this. He drops down the heart, straight down the heart, down the ramp, to the jump. Yeet! Into the sky.
Is now following.
Rage hits the funnel going down. Everybody else is, whoa, falling to their death. Wow. Oh, more people falling to their death. Everyone's just getting yeeted on this level. Vladeshi's hitting the heart. Raining Recon's coming down through the heart. Deadliest looks like he's stuck. Let's go back to first place. There's iRage. This is a really cool map. Oh, iRage is slowing down. He missed a hole. Keyhole there. Nope. He's coming down, but Fanto hot on his heels. And we're just about to get to the end, but it looks like the boost might yeet you off the level? No? Fanto comes in first place. Very close. Mr. J gets stuck. Snow Mongoose, third. Congaspar, fourth. Mr. J, fifth. Snow Mongoose, sorry, Big M, sixth. Brady, seventh. Mavoba, sorry, is 8th. Destawait's 9th. So Michel is 10th. Hey, Captain Johnny Rotten. Yeah, Deadliest, you definitely looked like you were stuck for a bit there. This was a really cool map. I've never seen this one before, so. And I think Conklin is the last one. And we're gonna have to wait for him. There he goes. Alright, Fanto, congratulations on that win. Alright, we are going to move into something else we haven't done before. And this is a brand new game. I'm excited to take a look at it with you guys. And I'd love to hear your feedback on it too. We're going to stop marbles on stream. How do I get out of there? Settings? Race menu. There it is. And profile and quit. So I'm going to switch over to another game on Steam that I just picked up, and this game just came out recently, and so let's take a look at it. I thought you guys might like it. I was really excited for it. It's called Airport CEO. Loop Hero, no. So I'm gonna turn off the music as well.